You join me with some graphics cards. This was a haul from Bob Shop as well as one from Yaga, that last one on top of the printer. And today I will be testing it on my FM1 AMD motherboard, which has got integrated Radeon graphics. All of these are Radeon GPUs except this one. I believe it is an NVIDIA and it's my test card. Yes, it's a GT710. So this I know works. And I will be using, as I said, this FM1 computer. Let's just shut it down so we can start with our first one. I'm just waiting for it to shut down. Okay, there we go. So this motherboard is currently set up to use the onboard GPU along with whatever you put in the PCI Express slot. So you can have dual graphics, but it will first initialize the PCI Express graphics. So as a control, I'm using my known working NVIDIA GT710. Just start it up here, hit delete to get into the BIOS. Oh, too slow there, going into Windows. But yeah, that's the NVIDIA GT710, which I know is my control card that works. Just shut this down again. And as soon as it's shut down, I can try this one. This is actually an interesting one. It's a DMS59, I believe. It's got 59 pins for dual monitors on a single connector. It's a workstation card. It's a low profile one. So you need one of these guys. Mine just goes to VGA, but they go to all sorts of connectors. So let's get this bad boy in here and see if it works. Get some light on this subject. I believe there's one right. There we go. That's much better. Right. Connecting our DMS connector. There we go. So many pins, it's a tight fit, and we want monitor 1, which is on this cable. Yep. Okay, good to go. Let's power on. Let's see if I can hit delete in time. Wow, almost got it. Entering setup. No, I don't think you are. But we are booting into Windows with that GPU via the DMS connector. Cool. There we go. Let's shut it down and try the next card. So this one, that's mine. I know it works. This one I got yesterday. We've now tested it. I also know it works. I'm going to juggle the queue a bit. I'm going to do this second one again, or after this, because that is also a DMS connector. Cool. Stop. Okay. So this one is good. Put it here. Take that one. Second one. Pop it in there. Good to go. Power on. I'm going to wait for the beep before I hit delete. Oh, there we go, delete. Please, set up. Can I get set up? Nope. Whoa, that was a quick boot. I think it's because this card is actually the same as that one, so the whole Windows fast boot thing works. Now I want to shut down. And once it's shut down, we can try the next card, which will be this guy. I think it's a Radeon 5450. Yes, 5450. Oh, nice passively cooled. Alright, we're off. I can remove the DMS connector. I think it's DMS. It could be DSM. Although DSM sounds a lot like Diamond Star Motors, and I don't think it's that. It's got nothing to do with Chrysler. So let's go with DMS. Okay, we're done with DMS. Whoop. There we go. I'm going to plop this bad boy in. Nice. Get our VGA hooked up and power. There we go. Delete. Please let me get into the BIOS. Nope. I think I've got Windows 8 fast boot enabled, so you have to go into shutdown, advanced restart, enter UEFI BIOS and that whole shenanigans. But it's still working. It's not using the onboard graphics that it had on when I started because it's detecting the display card. Can I shut you down? Yes, shut down. I want to shut down anyways. Okay, let's wait for it to be shut down. This card, this is really old. This is PCI Express 1.1, I think, if it's even that, maybe 1.0. This one does have a known issue with the RAM. I think one of the VRAM modules are bad. So there's artifacts on the screen, but it still works fine. It's really cool if you want to run a desktop machine headlessly as a server, but it won't boot without a GPU, then a card like that is really, really convenient. Right, so let's get this guy in there, this Asus card. It's also the first card with a fan. Okay, this is using DVI, so I'm going to have to get a DVI connector on there. There we go, DVI to VGA, cool. Alright, I believe we're good to go. Power. Oh, it's got a fan, you can hear it. Now, there we go, beep. Can I get into the BIOS? I doubt it with fast boot enabled. Nope. But it is booting. As I said, it does have artifacts. One of the RAM modules in the VRAM is a bit dodgy, but it'll boot into Windows. And I will shut it down then. Wait for it to shut down, and then we move on to our final card. This is the one from Yaga. This is a Radeon 7250 1 gig DDR5. Alright, this guy's done. Let's unplug it. And our Asus card. There we go. We will go with VGA since the DVI is DVI-D, it's not DVI-I. So you can't put in an adapter that splits it to VGA. Okay, let's power it on. Delete. So it beeped, but in this case, and I've already tested this card before, this card is so dead that the beep you heard was it just not detecting a graphics card at all. So if I actually plug it back into the onboard like that, then we should get a display. Yeah. Oh, and it went into the BIOS miraculously for the first time. I think it's because it's so upset with that card that it is not able to detect. So yeah, there we have it. A nice little GPU haul, one that I had. That's my good old faithful 4 cards from Bob's shop, one of which is a bit dodgy but still usable, and then unfortunately this one that is currently in the machine that is completely dead, not detected at all.